Hello? Hello? What? 2016 Rudy says what? Corsets. Corsets are coming back. Who told you that? What? That can't be. 2016 Rudy? This is 2017 Rudy. That can't be correct. What witchcraft is this? What shenanigans is this? What? Who? Like, what is this? What? DeLorean? Great Scott. They can't bring back corsets? Who said such shenanigans? This is unacceptable. This is going to disrupt the space-time continuum. Alert the presses. Tell everybody. Corsets are coming back. We will let them know.
So 2016 Rudy called. You feel that tingling feeling? Some crazy guy on the internet 9 months ago was talking about corsets coming back. I thought he was an idiot. I think most people thought 2016 Rudy was an idiot. That dude was homeless half the time. He's picking his teeth with Grook's axe. You know, wherever his teeth are. But apparently, there's been some tweets and different things on the internet, and even a little tingly feeling. Apparently, they're questioning some of the people on the internet. If for some reason, you're driving down the road, we happen to hit a little boom bump, and we're like, oh shit, what was that? Did we hit something? Was that a magic play? What was that Wizards? Was that R&D? What? So they were asking people, well, if for some reason, and we went back, we got Marty. The doc was like, hey, Rudy, we got to go back. And I said, what is it? Well, if we had to go back, what would we name corsets? Do we just call them corsets? No, we can't do that. And apparently, they're kind of polling the public on what to name the set. Because as we know, Wizards is already 2, 3 to 4 years in advance for development. Ideas. Trying to figure things out. And apparently, they're trying to figure out what to name these things because they don't want to call them the same thing as before because, come on, people, it's 2017. You can't call anything a fat pack because that's inappropriate. It makes people uncomfortable. You can't call a corset core because, well, all of our cores on the inside are pretty much eaten alive because we're miserable people because we get slapped around by wizards every day. So the question is, what do you call corsets? I don't think it really matters what you call them. Because I told everybody that shit was coming back. And you know what's swinging around right now? You go in your front yard, look down the street. You see that little thing at the end of the street? It's one of two things. It's either aliens or it's corsets coming. And you know what? My bet's on the corset. Aliens are a close second, though. And the problem is, if they've already trying to figure out a name for it for 2019 corset type of name, why on earth did they end with M15, Origins was M16, and now they're trying to probe and, giggity, the public about what to call the corset for 2019. So the last corset was 2016, and here we are. They skipped only 2 years before talking about, before rumored that they want to figure out a name for the set that they've already made, of course, because, they're like making sets right now for 2020 and 21. And, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, God, they only skipped 2 years. It's kind of funny. And on top of that, what's even funnier about that, which means if 2019 is going to have a corset, they've been working on making that corset since 2000, probably about 2015 or 16. Wow, corsets were still actually being distributed. That's the kicker of the whole story. That's the thing when you go back in time and you're all pissed off and you change one little thing, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in a paradox and everything's jacked up all because you stepped on a bug in your front yard. It's one of those things. So that's the real thing. It's kind of a paradox. We're gonna can corsets because they don't sell well. They don't do well. It's a negative public perception. Everybody feels dirty afterwards. You buy your corset, you take it home, you open it up, and then you sit there and you go, did I just get used? Did I just get fondled? Did something just happen? That's kind of how players felt with corsets. And of course, stores didn't want to order them as much, and because they had a lot of repeats and reprints, and it was kind of one of those things where You know, but that was a good thing. It wasn't necessarily bad that they had a set that they could put all those staple cards and those basic common, uncommon reprints from previous core sets so that players who were new to the game, because last time I checked, oh wait, that's right, the player base is not doing so hot, F&M attendance is weak, so I guess a core set which has entry-level reprints, which are kind of those basic cornerstone and basic building blocks, would be important to bring back. Kind of ironic timing, isn't it? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, why on earth did they even skip 2 years? What? Like, what? I don't even... Like, in my mind, they've already done 2019 core set. Whatever's labeled as, branded as, sold, it's made. It's done. Like, if you go to Taco Bell at midnight tonight, or if you go right now, your food has been made. The same taco is sitting there waiting for you. It doesn't matter when you go. The shit is sitting there. Little bugs are walking by. It's the same floppy taco. And the thing is, why did they skip 2 years? What was the benefit of that? Was it just to test the waters to see how the public would respond? But even then, like, they were making the next core set because they're 3 to 4 years in advance while they were testing not doing the core set. So if you really break that down and think about it, you're just like, it doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make any sense. And it's one of those things where you gotta say, well, dang. Was it supposed to happen that way? Or were they really just seeing how the market would reply? You want to see what people said? You know, do they just want to fondle things to feel it out? Do they just want to get a good feel of the market? And that's the part I don't get. That's the thing, because everybody complained when core sets were around. Distributors said they never sold as well. Players never wanted to invest in them. Players never wanted to buy and open them in as much. And then other side of the coin, there's a huge segment of the market that just doesn't say anything, hashtag silent majority type thing, that say, you know, Rudy, I loved core sets. I miss them. I thought core sets filled a really nice void. I thought core sets came along and they filled that empty spot. Giggity. And the thing is, I think Wizards realized that. I think they figured that out. I think they knew getting rid of core sets were a mistake. But, you know, I don't think they would label as a mistake. I think it was more of something, it was a test. It was kind of the whole, let's take the cheese from the middle of the room and hide it somewhere. And let's just see what people do when they walk in the room and it's not there. And I think that was more of the approach. Because, you know, I can speak from experience. Doing mass box openings, especially on like M12, 13, and 14, and 15, but I don't have any M15 boxes up there. They were very profitable. Core sets were extremely profitable to do singles and mass box openings and to sell in the secondary market. Mostly because of the common and the uncommon slot were very consistent. They were very stable. They provided, if you open, you know, 500 boxes of a core set, you could literally recoup, in my personal opinion, I would say 10% of each box's value in selling just common cards only. A flatline common card, 4 for $1 type of thing in your local store, online, whatever you do. And what that means on a large scale is if you're doing a 500 box mass opening, that's 50 boxes you just got paid for. That's 50 boxes you zeroed out a cost basis because the core sets had so many good common cards that were either reprints or something that players needed. It was able to give you enough cash to infuse and wipe out that bottom 50 box break-even point. And anybody who's ever done that before and engaged in that kind of practice and spent that kind of money, if you spent 80 bucks a box times 500 boxes, I mean, do the math. I mean, 8 times 5, 40. I mean, you're looking at what, 40 G's maybe? I mean, it's, you know, approximately. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And which is very surprising why everybody complained. And distributors complained, stores didn't order them. And that was the thing that always made me very puzzled. Which is why I always felt there was a different motive to the whole thing. I always felt that there was something else behind the curtain pulling those strings. It's one of those things where if you're going to a job, you're in a relationship, you're driving down the road, and that person, you look at them and you go, why is he or she doing that? Why is my manager doing... You don't understand because there's other forces at work that you're missing. You don't have that piece of the puzzle. So when you're connecting the dots in your head, so there's a blacked out area and you're sitting there going, WTF is this? Like, why am I not fluxing? What, is my capacitor not at 88 miles an hour? Like, what is going on? Like, you don't understand it, which makes you frustrated, gives you anxiety, gets you pissed off. And maybe weird shit like that is why they ended up getting rid of core sets. Because there are other forces at work that they noticed in the internal numbers that they never release that they didn't like seeing. And I think something like that is a very realistic approach. So to sum it up, I'm not going to make this a crazy 30-minute video, but I think core sets are officially 100% coming back now. The fact that they kind of threw out some teaser lines just in what to name the set, if you're trying to name something, and it's not like you're saying, hey, everybody tell us what you think we should name core sets. Wizards isn't doing that. Wizards is saying, hey, here's 3 examples. Which one of the 3 feels the best when we touch you? That's what it is. And it's one of those things where you go, okay, that means they already know what segment. That means they want you to go in a certain direction. You go down the bowling lane and the little bumpers on the side. They want you to go there. Now, which one you go along the way is what they want to feel out. So I find that very, very fascinating. Like I said, 2016 Rudy called, and he kept rambling and telling people last year about core sets coming back. And as always, with YouTube and this channel, they all laughed at him. They all laughed at him. Rudy's Have Fun Investments. Have a great day. Patrons, I love you so much. I would touch you through this phone if I could. You guys have a fantastic day. Flop along.